This is a tough one. This is a tough one to talk about because please explain to me how a team principal who is, regardless of their gender, who is under an active investigation for misconduct can still be allowed to do their job as normal. Someone please explain how that is an appropriate decision to me because it doesn't compute. What I am talking about here is, of course, Christian Horner, who has been accused, as we know, by a Red Bull employee, a female Red Bull employee, of inappropriate behavior. Now, it has broken today, and I'm reading this, quoting this directly, so that there can be nothing misattributed here or misunderstood. Eric Van Haren, who has been very active and very early in his information since the beginning of this case began, has said that allegedly through court documents that were seen, it has now been revealed that the alleged misconduct is of a sexual nature and that there is evidence involved in the case that is housed on apps. So you can read into that what you will, whether it was messages, whether it was images, whether it could have been anything that you would send on an app. Allegedly, this is what we're dealing with. And it is not just controlling and coercive behavior, which is what was suggested previously, but it is specifically of a sexual nature. Now, the other revelation that is coming out here, and again, I'm quoting Eric directly, is that on February 3rd, Christian Horner's lawyers attempted to settle the case with the person that has brought this against him to settle for £650,000. Now, I'm not in favor of people's silence being bought. I don't know about you. I don't know where you morally sit on this. But how, again, I come back to the point that I started this video with. How is it acceptable for this man to be walking around doing his job as if there is nothing going on? He has denied the allegations from the beginning. He denied them at the car launch, and he has been at Silverstone for some testing with Red Bull also. Literally over the last couple of days, like while the investigation is active, that is so inappropriate. It's just not, in no realm is that an acceptable decision or an acceptable pattern of behavior. And there's talk flying around about, okay, it's because the Thai, ownership of the team is willing to let him continue in the role until he's, innocent until proven guilty, essentially, is the approach they're taking. That's not good enough. It's not good enough for a person in his position. Whether he likes it or not, there are positives and negatives to the upper echelons that he lives in, that he moves in. And that comes with consequences. And it's not okay for him to be at these media car launch events while this is going on, regardless really of what the decision is that comes out of this, guilty or innocent. It's not okay. It's not okay to pretend that no, we're just gonna continue on as normal and really address it as an annoyance, an irritation, something that's getting in the way of all this. It's bringing us down. Like, we're so excited, but this thing is happening. Like, no, no, that is not appropriate. The word inappropriate here is applying to everything that's going on, absolutely everything that is going on. And I just, something has to change. Something has to change. Someone in the decision-making powers that be at Red Bull needs to pull up their socks and say, you know what? This isn't okay. and you need to take a back seat right now. You need to take a back seat until this is done because there is a whole team built around, literally built around these two drivers that is, I'm sure, capable of looking after them until this is solved. Get an interim. There are so many other avenues that would have been more appropriate here, and Red Bull just they ain't taking them. They're taking the one route that is not acceptable. And Formula One, I've commented on this many times in this channel, has a very murky past, present, probably future as far as morals go. But we can't keep doing this, guys. We cannot keep doing this. Somebody, please, somebody, please explain to this man that he needs to take a back seat. Like right now, like yesterday, last week, please.